All right. So think about whoever your favorite player is. Think about the best player in every sport. So, think about the LeBrons, the Steph Currys, the Kevin Durant's, the Sue Birds, the Diana Taurasi's, the Candace Parkers, the Asia Wilsons. The greatest of all times when you're talking about athletes in sports, the Serena Williams, the Tiger Woods, whoever else you have like in the catalog of great, the Michael Phelps, whatever. We had a whole conversation about the GOATs and the Mount Rushmores and stuff, the Michael Jordans, like the Kobe's. If you really sit down and think about it, nobody cares about how great they are. Nobody cares about the fact that Jordan, won 6 rings and he won these MVPs and the finals. Nobody cares. Nobody really cares about that for real. For real. Nobody cares that Kobe scored 81 points. That's whatever. LeBron got triple doubles. All right, whatever. It's cool. Whatever. It's whatever. Steph Curry, greatest shooter of all time. Yeah, whatever. Nobody cares. What we really celebrate and admire about the greats is the next level thinking that it's the mindset that they have. It's the discipline to sit there and night in, night out, to show up, to train, and to work out. It's the focus that they have during the tough and pressure moments that separates them from us. It's the commitment to the goal, to the grind, to go after the goal that we admire about them. It's not the fact that Steph Curry is a great shooter. It's like, what type of work ethic do you have to do those things? Like, you have to be in great shape to do what LeBron has done, to be playing 20 years, to go, 10 years in the finals and, night in, night out to do what he does. To show up night in, night out and, give what he gives to the city and to the team and the organization. Like, that's what we really respect about the greatest players. Just nobody cares about the points that they score because we've had games where a non, legend player has scored, 50 points, 60 points, whatever. And it's cool for a day or two, but what makes that other player greater, what makes Kobe's performance greater is that he can do that the next night too if he really wanted to. And the reason he can do that is because he worked his butt off to be able to perform at that level. So we don't really care about the awards and the accolades and the stuff we see on Sports Center and Bleacher Report and House of Highlights, whatever. That's cool, but nobody truly cares for real about that. It looks good, but there's a reason why they're up at that next level of when we're talking about sports and basketball, whatever. It's because their work ethic, their mindset, their discipline, their confidence is what we really admire about them. So they're not that much better than other guys in the league because once you get to the league, there's a certain threshold that you have there. Then there's a certain threshold of guys who are actually playing. There's a threshold of guys who are stars. There's a threshold of guys who are all stars. Threshold of guys who are superstars, and another threshold of guys who are the elites of the superstars. The reason why we admire them is because mentally they had this edge over the next tier. They had this edge over the next tier. And they had this edge over the next tier. And so when we really think about it, we admire their discipline and focus and the soft skills that they have that really separate them from everybody else. And so really sit back and think about what really separates them from somebody else. I heard somebody say, I think it's Gilbert Arenas, and he was like, let's say he got back in shape or whatever, and he was, doing his thing, right? He's a great shooter, and he knows that Steph Curry and Klay Thompson are great shooters too. The real thing that separates the elite shooters at that level is who can focus the most on that day. It's not about who has the hot hand or whoever's feeling it. It's really about the focus that they have. Because when you miss a couple of shots, can you still stay focused? When you get a little off on that day, your footwork ain't feeling the best, you a little off, whatever, can you still lock in and stay focused? That's what we admire about these great players. They're able to focus and lock in and perform when they're tired, when things ain't going right, when things are going left. So are you able to really pull that from the greats and apply that to yourself? So think about it. You don't really love these great players for these great outcomes. It's the input that you really admire a lot more. So really focus on your personal input and what you're putting in for what your goal is, rather than only focusing in on the outputs and the highlights and the awards, whatever. Nobody cares about that. They care about the input that separates you from everybody else to get that output. So that's it. My time's up. Appreciate you.